I was given these epiphilium plants for my birthday, and it was in a 1-gallon pot, which is actually, it took over the pot. As you can see, it's growing healthy, but it is kind of a little bit of root bound. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it into a bigger pot. What I have here is cactus mix. So I'm gonna, and this is topsoil, and I'm gonna put the cactus mix with topsoil in a pot. Because it was root bound, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to break the bottom. That way the plant has room to grow. And then I am also going to cut, like trim back some of the healthy plants here, and I'm gonna be able to, like this one, I can break it in half. So there's 2 leaves. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break the leaves, and then I'm gonna make it into 2 plants. So I'm gonna let this dry first before I actually put it into a pot and try to root them. But these here these are different color, which is they're pink, white, and orange color. So there's 3 different colors in this pot. And what I'm gonna do is not only that they are overgrown, but basically they are they're running out of space in this pot. So I want to make sure that I separate them and I give them a little bit trimming, so when they come back again next year, they'll be stronger and healthier for me. As you can see here, there some of the leaves or the plant is a little bit yellow. The leaf here is a little bit yellow. That means they need more space and they need more room to grow. And also the plant is growing beautifully, so I want to make sure to give it more space, room, and that way they can produce flowers. Otherwise they're not going to be able to produce. Like this one here, I can cut it, and honestly this I can actually root it and it will become another plant for me. So basically that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go ahead and trim the plant back, and hopefully I can start new rootings for to create more plants for next year. They grow beautifully, but they are also they need trimming and they need space. Like everything else, they want to have enough space for them to grow and to become stronger. By having too many in one pot, it's actually gonna takes away a lot of growth energy, and so they won't be able to grow healthier. So like this one here, I'm gonna cut it right here. See that? Cut it right here, and then I can start another cutting or another pot. And now you have a much more trim plant, and then all you have to do is working on repotting them and make sure that they grow for you next year. Basically you're just gonna put them in the pot here and just add more soil in for them to be more productive next year. Hopefully they'll give us plenty of flowers and of different colors, because from what I heard from the lady that gave it to me for my birthday, she said it has 3 colors, which is white, pink, and orange. It's more manicure. It's not as all over the place as it was before. So the trimmings that I cut, I'm going to actually dry it. Once it's dry for like a week or so, I'm just gonna root it and turn it into a different plant, so that way I have plenty to share. So let me know if you want any cuttings of the epiphilium. And if I pronounce it wrong, you can also comment and let me know what is the correct way to pronounce it. But I call it epiphilium. And it's not all over the place like it was before. It's manicure and it's a little bit more manageable. So I'm just gonna put more soil to the surrounding and hopefully give it some water, and hopefully it will grow stronger. And then the cuttings that I have cut here, I'm gonna let it dry for a couple of days. When they are dry, they become dormant, and then you just put some rooting hormones toward the bottom here, and then you just stick it into soil. So this plant is really good and easy to propagate. Once you have one plant, you can, when they grow, you can propagate them and let them grow into like a massive garden of epiphiliums. But I do intend to share this with everyone, so let me know if you are interested in getting a few of these cuttings. And here is my plant. It's not blooming right now. It's doing okay. It just needs more soil, a little bit of tender love and care, and that's it. So when I transplant plants, I try to leave enough room. Let's say I don't always put the soil all the way to the top. I want to leave some room here. That way I can either put more soil in later, or it's easier for me to replace the soil if the plant does not like the soil that I use for it. But I'm sure this plant will do just fine, and it will like the soil that I'm gonna put it in, because it has cactus soil in the middle, topsoil at the bottom, and then cactus soil, and then topsoil on top. So the cactus soil has a lot of stones, rocks in it that gives it minerals, and also it gives a lot of drainage. So if you have a cactus you're trying to root or grow, you should use cactus soil, because that way it gives the plant a lot of drainage. And as for these cutting over here, I am going to dry it for a few days to let the cuttings goes into dormant, and then all I have to do is just stick this part into potting soil, and then if I want to, I can soak it into rooting hormones. When I soak it into rooting hormones, all I have to do is let it grow roots, and then I can transplant it into a pot. But what I normally do, because I like to save time per se, so what I do is I just get some potting soil, and then I just gonna soak this into rooting hormones for like an hour or two or for one day, and then I'll just stick it right into a pot, into the soil, and then the plant will take root by itself, and then I just keep on water them. Generally what I like to do is every pot I'll put 3 cutting in, so that way I don't have to, if one doesn't take root, then I still got 2 more plants that is gonna take root for me. So I'm just gonna let these I'm gonna set these in the buckets here, and then I'm just gonna let it dry so it get dormant. And then next weekend I'm just gonna go in with rooting hormones, and then I'm just gonna let them put them into a bucket or a pot so they can grow a little bit stronger, and that way I have plenty of epiphilium to share. So if you are looking forward to any of my cuttings, let me know, and I will be happy to send them out to you. I honestly have plenty, as you can see here, and they're ready. They're good to start right away. And once they're done, once the root take place, then you can go ahead and, you know, let it bloom, let it grow, and then you can too share the cutting with your friends and family. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.